Great day, friend. Welcome to Equus Workforce Solutions Workshop Series. Today we're going to talk a little bit about resume writing. My name is Rich Williams. I'm the business solution consultant for Equus Workforce Solutions. I'm also the career instructor, which simply means I'm responsible for creating training content, webinars, etc. for our customers. Resume writing. There's a lot that we can say inside of these 30 minutes as it relates to resume writing. Here's what I will say. I would suggest it will be your biggest takeaway from today, from our conversation today. The biggest takeaway from our conversation today, that the resume doesn't get you the job. The resume only piques curiosity. Same way with the cover letter. The cover letter doesn't get you the job. It only piques curiosity. In other words, when you have a resume that is formatted correctly, it is SEO optimized, search engine optimization. It's SEO optimized, AI, artificial intelligence friendly. You increase the opportunity of your resume getting before a hiring manager. And when your resume gets in front of the hiring manager, it should pique his or her curiosity. And when you pique his or her curiosity, then they move to the next level of, you know what, maybe I think I may want to meet him. I think I want to meet her. So that resume is that marketing tool that introduces you to employers. It introduces you to employers. And again, it piques curiosity. It doesn't get you the job. It just simply piques curiosity, causes the hiring manager, causes them to lean in your direction as a candidate that they would consider meeting with. A resume with strong action verbs, professional summary at the top, and SEO optimized stands out in a highly competitive market. This job market in the DC metro area, it's competitive. Recently meaning this year, the government eliminated over 15,000 jobs in the DC metro area throughout the state of Maryland. 15,000 jobs. These 15,000 federal workers are now flooding our local job market, competing for jobs that was already competitive. So every advantage that you can give yourself with the resume, your follow-up, your presentation, etc., it gives you the competitive edge. And that's the goal of today. Today is to give you the competitive edge in this highly competitive job market. And so this begins the path, or answers the question, how do I structure a strong resume? How do I structure a strong resume that piques curiosity and gets me the interview? Use clear headings and organized sections. Clear headings. What do you mean by clear headings? Clear headings at the top of the resume. You should have some type of professional summary. The professional summary is simply a short paragraph of your accomplishments. It's just a short paragraph of your accomplishments. Like on a resume that I had in the past, I focus on business development. So it'll say, like as an example, on a resume from the past, I had, and this is my professional summary. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the professional summary is at the top of your resume. Dynamic business development, staffing solution leader with 10 years of success driving revenue growth, client acquisition and workforce expansion for national firms, including Kelly Services, Cornerstone Staffing, and Express Employment Professional. Boom, right in the professional summary, I explained that what I do, business development. I explain who I've done it for and how long I've done it. Then I add some things where, proven record of delivering 1.5 million in staffing sales, etc. Right? Professional summary. Remember, I said a few minutes ago that your resume piques curiosity. Let me say this, friend. If you do not know if your resume is optimized professionally, if you're not comfortable with the summary that's at the professional summary that's at the top of your resume, please do one or two things. Don't do it now, finish this video. But when you finish the video, either reach out to your ESS or email the business solution consultant in your office. I'm in the Gaithersburg office. My counterpart is Miss Belinda Hillard. She is in the Silver Spring office. However, always connect with your ESS and then have them direct you. Pique curiosity. So writing impactful bullet points is next. So you have the professional summary, and then the next thing is impactful bullet points. Focus on accomplishments rather than duties. Let me explain that, and I have some examples later. Accomplishments rather than duties. So I mentioned staffing, right? So one of my duties as a staffing professional in the past for a company that I worked for was to um, prospect and find business, talk to companies, and then help place candidates in positions. So as opposed to me saying, now watch, now I'm talking about impactful bullets. Focus on accomplishments rather than duties. As opposed to listing my duty of prospecting in the marketplace, looking for customers or companies to do business with, I would mention accomplishment. Conducted high volume prospecting campaigns, 60 plus companies weekly to establish new business to business relationships. See, I'm focusing in on the accomplishment, not the job duty. I hope that makes sense. Here's an example for you. Increase sales by 15%. As opposed to I was a salesperson and my job was to drive revenue. Okay, that's nice. That's fine. That's fine. We're in a competitive job market. How did you do your job? What were the results? Well, I increased sales by 15% through outreach. I increased sales by 15%. And then you want to take it to the next level by 15% in 90 days. Right? You see the example there. Then you want to highlight your strengths and your skills. Show what makes you valuable. Your communication, your customer service, your Microsoft Office suites, you're at the expert level, the efficiency level, right? Show your value. Friend, do you realize that when we demonstrate our value to a company, they are in a position to pay us at the highest possible salary for that position that they budgeted for, because the budget that they put in the job description, that job range 40 to 50,000, 50 to 60,000, they're putting that information there. The reality is there's always room to negotiate up. There's always room to negotiate up. Okay? So, highlight your strength and your skills, communications, customer service, Microsoft Office. What are some other software that you specialize in? Niche software, QuickBooks. I can't really think of anything right now. But I believe you get the point. Action step. Update one resume section. So look at your resume, look at either your professional summary, look at your skills and ability, and maybe even look at your volunteer or education section. Or maybe look at switching from your job duties to your accomplishments for each position that you worked at. And if you need help with this, friend, reach out to your ESS, share a copy of your ESS, a copy of your resume with your ESS. Your ESS would then either help you update your resume or direct you to the business solution consultant in your office or the career instructor to help you update your resume. Revise one section at a time. Rewrite your professional summary is one suggestion um, that I make. It's important to have action verbs, SEO, search engine optimization, and clear headings on your resume. Strong action verbs like led and achieved. They showcase proactivity and tangible accomplishments in your resume. SEO optimized for ATS. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. Now we have a class, there's a video that we have that's called Job Hacks. How to work smarter, not harder in a competitive job market. Watch that video because that's about a 42-minute video where I show you how to first optimize your resume, secondly, optimize your Indeed account, how to add SEO words to your resume, and then the third thing is a hack on how to increase getting an interview by 77%. 77%. That's part of optimization and a proactive behavior. But optimize your resume with industry specific words, improve visibility in your applicant tracking system. I highly recommend that you open up or you start a free account with Chat GPT. And in Chat GPT, you can copy and paste a copy of your resume in Chat GPT and then prompt Chat GPT with a prompt that says something like, based upon the content of my resume, please suggest SEO optimized words, sentences, etc. for an ATS. Right? Clear and organized headings. Well-defined headings improve readability and help recruiters quickly navigate key resume sections. Professional summary, job skills, duties, education, etc. That's what I mean by that. So the purpose and best practices for your professional summary. The professional summary introduces your qualification and sets the tone for your resume. I use my resume as an example when I said dynamic business development and staffing solutions. Leader with over 10 years of success driving revenue growth, client acquisition, and workforce expansion. That's setting the tone. You want to set the tone, right? It's clear. It's tailored to your specific role that you're applying for. Avoid generic statements. Instead of focus on measurable achievements and unique strengths that differentiate, instead, I want you to focus on measurable achievements and unique strength that differentiates you from other candidates. Right? And then finally, the best practice for a professional summary is concise and impactful. Okay, do me a favor. Raise your right hand. State your name. Say I, state your name. Promise to update my summary today. Don't do it now, but do it after you watch this video. Concise and impactful. Keep the summary brief with 3 to 5 sentences to capture attention effectively. Right? This section is your elevator pitch on paper. So make it impactful and aligned with job requirements. Why does your achievement matter more than your duties? Because your achievements will prioritize your accomplishments. By focusing in on achievements over duties to show your ability, it will show your ability to deliver meaningful results and add value. Accomplishments demonstrate your ability to deliver results. For example, instead of stating responsible for managing social media accounts, you could write something like increased social media engagement by 40% through targeted campaigns. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? You qualify the results, include percentages, revenues, efficiency improvements to make your contribution credible and tangible. Right? Credible and tangible. This approach not only highlights your impact, but again, it differentiates you from other candidates who merely list responsibilities. Duties can still be included, but they should follow your achievements and serve as context rather than the main focus. Right? Contextualized duties. What does that mean? That means you're adding the duties, but you are first highlighting your accomplishments as your main focus, right? As your main focus. By emphasizing your accomplishments first, friend, you create a narrative of success and capability that resonates strongly with potential employers. So let's look at skills. Highlight unique skills and contributions. Highlight your skills so your resume clearly communicate what makes you valuable, right? It involves showcasing your unique skills, specialized knowledge and contributions that set you apart. Begin by identifying your core strengths such as leadership, technical expertise, creative problem solving. All of these things will illustrate and give examples of your capabilities. Include relevant certifications, awards, projects to reinforce your expertise. Now, there are some online training platforms. We use Metrics, Metrix. Here at Equus Workforce Solutions, currently we're using Metrics. And Metrics will give you a certificate of completion. You're saying, Rich, should I list all of my certificate of completion? No, because you could take 70 classes on Metrics over the next several weeks, and they could be certificates of completions on interview, basic interview, intermediate interview, advanced interview. They could be certificates of completions on basic budgeting, intermediate budgeting, advanced personal budgeting. All of those classes are good for personal growth, but for professional advancement, you only want to choose the certificate of completions that are in alignment with the skills and duties that's required of the job that you're applying to. So let me give an example. If I'm applying to a front desk customer service position, I am going to highlight on my resume in the education and or certification my certificate of completion on 5 levels of customer management, if that was a course or an online course that I took. 5 levels of customer service. I'm going to highlight courses like customer retention, how to resolve conflict, right? You follow what I'm saying? These are classes that showcase relevant skills for the position that I'm applying to. And then finally, tailor your resume to the job description, right? Your employers are looking for individuals who can make a measurable difference, so focus on evidence-based achievements and distinctive qualities. Align your skills and achievements with employers' need to present yourself as an ideal candidate. Here's another chat GBT hack. Take the job description, add the job description, and attach a copy of your resume. And then say, ChatGPT, based upon my resume and this attached job description, highlight how my skills and achievements are in an alignment with this job description. Boom. It's going to scan your resume, it's going to scan the job description, and boom, in a matter of seconds, it's going to say, this is how your skills and achievements align with this specific job description. And then you just go through and pick, okay, what type from this language, what do I want to add to my resume? I'm tweaking my resume for the position that I'm applying for. I hope this is making sense. By the way, you should have more than one versions of your resume. My background is in business development on one side, and the other side is sales. So I have a resume specifically tailored for business development. And I have a resume that's specifically tailored for sales. I do not use a sales resume to apply to business development positions, and I do not use the business development resume to apply to sales positions. Let's take it one step further. Now, this class is about effective resumes, right? We want you to have an effective resume and be able to present yourself in the best light, because we're in a highly competitive job market. The hiring manager, they're not going to hire you just because you think you're wonderful. You have to show them that you're wonderful in that resume. So, separate resume for 2 or 3 different versions of your resume based upon the job title or position that you're pursuing. And here's the next level. I will highly suggest that if you go down 2 different paths, maybe you have a customer service path that you can go down and or administrative professional path. Tailor your resume for customer service and have that as a separate Indeed account with a separate Gmail address, and have a separate Indeed account with a separate Gmail address for the administrative professional. Customer service, one account. Administrative professional, another account. Standing out in the marketplace, little strategies, little things that you and I can do to help us stand out. Because again, remember, friend, the resume doesn't get you the job. It only piques curiosity. There are different types of resumes. There's a chronological resume. This is the most popular one. It lists your work experience in reverse, in a chronological order, best for a strong, consistent job history. Then there is a functional resume, focus on skills and qualification, ideal for career changers or those with employment gaps. You have a lot, you worked in the past 5 years, you worked at 7 different places. You may want to consider putting together a functional resume. If you have a fair amount of gaps over the past 5 to 7 years, you may want to consider creating a functional resume. Or a combination resume, merges skills, detailed work history, effective for candidates with strong skills and experience. Right? I usually recommend something like that type of resume for the skilled, experienced candidates that we work with, or customers that we work with. So if a customer comes to me and said, for the past 15, 20 years, I was mid-level to senior level person with the federal government. Let's look at the resume. Let's decrease it. Let's make it friendly for commercial. But let's highlight your detailed work history and your strong skills and experience. Combination resume. That's what that is. Right? That's what it does. That's the purpose of it. Understand that these formats allow you to choose the one that best showcases your strength and aligns with your career goals. Because when we select the right type, it ensures that your resume presents your qualification in the most compelling way. Because remember, friend, your resume doesn't get you the job, it only piques curiosity. Hey, listen, friend, thank you so much for taking this class today. Please take a couple of minutes to take the short quiz following this session, and we look forward to being with you on the next session. Have a great day.